Hey guys, this is Gabriel Lorenz, creator of the blog Grupo Dicas, one of the biggest travel blogs in the world, and today I'm here to talk to you all about car rental in Portugal, how to rent a car, what documents you need, how to rent a car with the best price, you save money, so it will be very quick and useful tips that will make a difference in your trip. So enjoy the video guys. If you like, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, it helps us a lot, and buckle up. Well, many tourists who go to Portugal end up renting a car for several reasons. Portugal is one of the cheapest places in the world to rent a car. The rent is really much cheaper than in the United States or other places in Europe. The country is very beautiful to discover with a car. It has many cities and it's a small country, so people can travel between cities very easily. Sometimes you can tour the whole country in 15 or 20 days, so there are many nice itineraries. Last time we stayed in Lisbon for 5 days and then we went down to Algarve. The beaches of Algarve are beautiful. Which was a sensational trip. We spent 9 or 10 days traveling by car in the Algarve, which is sensational. We highly recommend it. So there are several trips that you can rent a car. Our tip is, if you're going to stay only in Lisbon or Porto, it's not worth it. The city was not made for driving around. You can do everything on foot. The tourist attractions are close by and you have a little bit of difficulty get around inside to stop the car. So generally people arrive in Lisbon, stay 4 or 5 days, and they take the car to go either down to Algarve or to Porto, stopping in Fatima, which is very beautiful. Anyway, there are lots of options of itinerary. Well, the first question that everybody asks when they want to rent a car is, what documents do I need to drive a car there? It's actually very easy. So like in almost all other countries in Europe, you only need your driver's license. Make sure it's not expired, make sure it's not within the right time limit, but you need your driver's license, your passport, and your credit card for international purchases. These are the 3 items that the rental companies require so you can rent it easily. Another item that everybody wonders about, is it difficult to drive there or not? It's very easy. We found it very easy. The roads are very good, the streets are nice, it's all well signposted, the people are very polite, we found the traffic very friendly. In short, you won't have any difficulty driving, as we didn't have anywhere else in Europe. We found it very easy to drive, especially there, so it's quiet, there's no problem at all. You don't have to be worried or nervous because it's a very nice place, and the experience ends up being even better if you get to know it by yourself. The roads are really beautiful. You're not gonna have any problems. You can drive safely. Another tip that's the most important is how to save a lot of money and find your car. What happens, there are many big car rental companies there. Some are gigantic in Europe and all over the world, so we recommend that you go to the bigger ones to avoid headaches. We have done it in smaller ones and we ended up having some problems, so we always go to the bigger ones, which are Alamo, Eurocar, Thrifty, $60, Budget Service, and National. There are several companies, they are very good and very similar, so what we recommend, that obvious tips, search them all because the price varies. Some have promotions and you get a much cheaper price looking at all of them, but you don't have to look everywhere. There is a car price comparator that is sensational. We'll even leave the link here in the description of the video along with all other links of tools that we use to save a lot on your trips. It compares it all in this car rental company, so you enter the date of your trip and it will list all car rental companies, the cars available by car category, which is very nice, and you can guarantee the best price there, the best rental guaranteed. They have a price sometimes much cheaper than the rental companies themselves, as they are the world's largest comparator. They have a very strong negotiation with the car rental companies and their prices end up being even better than if you go straight to the car rental company and rent with them. So just by using the price comparator that we will leave here the link, you save a lot. We always use it. It's always the best prices. Another tip is to book in advance, just like lodging too. The sooner you do it, the cheaper you pay, because it works on demand. As people are renting cars and they run out of stock cars for that date, the price goes up. The sooner you do it, the more car options you have the chance to get a nice car and you can get a much better price than if you leave it until closer to the trip. And within this tip is the anticipation. You make the reservation online beforehand using the comparator or some other site, because sometimes people leave the car rental there. It's the worst option because you'll pay more. The purchase is in euros, you pay all the taxes and fees, you run the risk of not having a car on time, you will waste time there, 1 or 2 hours to do all this process at the car rental company. Anyway, making the reservation beforehand is much easier, much cheaper, and also much faster, so we recommend you do it that way. Another important tip is insurance. What happens whenever you rent a car, you see on the side that it's already included, almost obligatory. It's the basic insurance against theft, robbery, and accidents. This you have to have, it's very important, but the rental companies try to push some other extra insurance for glass breakage, scratches, etc., several other things. In our opinion, over all these years, it's not worth it because it's very high cost and we never needed to use it. It might happen and you might need it, but in our experience and like everyone we talk to, we don't take this insurance. If there's an option there to take some extra insurance, don't go because it's not worth it. The price is high, but you end up saving a lot if you don't take these extra insurances that appear in the middle of the road. You can do it yourself. And another item that comes up is the GPS rental. You need the GPS to locate yourself because you don't know the country you're visiting. But what happens? The rental companies charge around €6, sometimes 7, to rent the GPS per day, so you can use their GPS in the car. But if you buy an internet chip to use your cell phone abroad, you pay cheaper than what you would pay to use this GPS for about 8 days, I don't know, or 10 days. But you buy a chip so you can use your cell phone's internet at will during your whole trip, so you pay cheaper for the chip than you would pay for the GPS. You can use your cell phone as GPS because it works very well. We'll even leave here in the video description link to the chip. We always use it in the last trips that we found very good. We've tried a lot of them because there are a lot of them. There is one that's the Signal. It's excellent even in the small towns in the interior of the country, sometimes at the beach, which we went further away. Worked everywhere. They are very good. You buy it and then deliver it to your house in a few days. You receive it very quickly. You travel with it. You put in your cell phone and you arrive using it. It's very good. You can recharge it, use the application to follow up and so on. They are very good. There's a chat if you need to ask questions, help to know which is the best chip. I'll leave the link below. Then you can use your cell phone during the whole trip. So don't rent the GPS and buy the chip. It's much cheaper and you're going to enjoy much more. Another tip, as soon as you rent the car there, pay attention and ask what the fuel is. Sometimes you travel, you don't even realize it, and when you need to fill up the tank, you won't know which is the right fuel for that car. In Europe in general, most cars are already being made with diesel, but you should always ask so you don't have to get in doubt when you fill up. And the price to fill up is not expensive. You will find it everyday cheap to rent a car there, just like in the United States. You end up paying a very fair value there. You will see that you need not to spend much on fuel. It's something that you're not gonna have any problems at all, but be sure to ask before so you don't get confused. And now talking about the tools, many people have this doubt, but any big car rental company that we recommend you to rent the car, they are already registered with the license plates on the tool sites here. So usually you can pass it right to the credit card that you left when you rented the car. They charge you later when the report arrives at the end of the month for the car that they have already with the tool companies, and then you are automatically charged. The tools are not expensive, they are very cheap compared to other places we have been. So just pay attention, you give your information and they're going to your car registration. And another important item is for those who are traveling with children. You need the car seat. Soon as you make the reservation, you see the option appears there for you to choose from. It's super easy. At least this comparator that we use here, it already gives you the option for so many years old or so many kilos the child has. You select it. When you pick up the car, you confirm. They give you the car seat. You put it there, install it without a problem. But take a look because it's important. You won't risk traveling without the seat because they'll give you a fine. They are very strict with these safety issues. And finally, there's the category of the car, so take a look. There are no better or worse one, it's up to each one. There are the economic categories that are much cheaper because they are popular cars in Europe. The cars are tiny regardless of the country you're renting. They are those very small cars that are much cheaper, and they are some bigger cars, so check them out. Our recommendation is if you're going to walk around the city more, take the economy one, save a little bit. It doesn't make that much of a difference. It doesn't make that much difference really. But if you're going to go on the road, take longer trips, you spend a little bit more, but it's not that much to upgrade to a higher category for you to be comfortable, not to have trouble on the road. There's a space in the trunk. Pay attention to the trunk because sometimes we forget that we are carrying those giant suitcases. Sometimes we come back with more bags than we left because we buy something there during the trip. So take a look at your suitcase too so that you don't have any trouble and don't come back with an overpacked suitcase because it has already happened to us. So you need to have a trunk that's available. That's it guys, I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, give us a like and subscribe to our channel because it helps us a lot, and follow us on social networks. We are always trying to travel the world, trying to show travel tips in a very cool way in the routine with our little one, which is a great deal and it's worth following there. And when you are traveling, post something cool in the stories or some tip that you saw here, some cool place for your trip to Portugal, and tag me at @Lorenzi so I can repost on your Instagram because it's very cool. People see and follow our tips. It's very nice for us to follow people traveling. And be sure to to watch the video on how to save a lot on your trip to Portugal. It's a step-by-step guide for you to set up your whole trip, saving money on everything you do there. All the services that you will hire before your trip. Anyway, you'll save a lot. Check it out because it's very good. I'll leave it here along with the playlist with all the other videos from Portugal for all to organize yourself well. So thanks a lot, guys. Have a nice trip, and I'll see you in the next video.